Hey, and welcome back. I know it's been a long time. I had to leave y'all. But in all reality, 21 days ago, I realized I was still operating from a place of survival. Okay. I wasn't broken, I wasn't lost, but I was still reaching from a nervous system that has been trained by trauma. And God said, enough. I didn't have enough. Um, so I challenged myself to something. Um, because they always say what's a vision board without a mission? What's the vision without a mission? What's um life without that mission? Like and it resonates with me a lot. Um, so I did something different. If I'm going to become this version that I have been preaching about from different videos, from my lives, from agreeing with other people, saying things and stuff like that. What is parts is me, and I'm not being a follower of anyone else, and I'm really doing my own thing and going down the path that leads me back. So I had to come on up out this shell and make this video. It was time. Because like I've talked about on multiple videos, the Kundalini awakening and empaths and psychic abilities, the circle of fire, the four agreements of law, but the four agreements, the five agreements, spiritual love, coming from a calm coincidence, the inner workings of relationships, invitation to healing your inner child, and creating a conscious relationship together, and a host of a bunch of other books or whatever. And I talked about all of these on so many videos ago, and you know, it was times and points where I thought I was healed. And I thought, okay, now I'm at that point where I see it this way. Maybe this is when God's going to boom, you know. Um, and then, but no, like it's been so many months, years. Like it's been shit. I'll tell you the truth. It's been almost about 14 years, maybe longer, for real, that I've been on this wave of healing so many different versions, so healing so many different things that were not meant to be carried by me, things that I suppressed, things that I went through, hence a Kundalini awakening. I really went through a Kundalini awakening. I'm still participating and going through Kundalini awakening. To sum it up, to how we explain a Kundalini awakening without, and unless you want to go back to multiple videos, it is to say a death and a rebirth. Okay, you got to go through the 7 bodies. You got to go through the neutral, the positive you, the negative you. I talked about this on many videos where once you start it, it's physically, emotional, energetic. You have this desperation to try new things. Man, I went through a whole entire moment where I wanted to just try new stuff. I was bored. I, wasn't getting in, feeling any fulfillment, not knowing that these were a part of my things. I went through the pranic body. I went through the subtle body. I went through the radiant body, the 11th body, the negative mind, the positive mind, the neutral mind. I went through it all. And 21 days ago, actually, not even 21 days ago, shit, it's the 25th. I would say since New Year's Eve, I decided that I was going to get back really in tune with God the way that it was naturally coming to me. And still going with what I believe in as well. Like I'm not to say I'm an omnist, and not to say that I haven't fell short. Not to say that I haven't been watching services where I hear the word from what the word really is, where I know that the presence is there. This is where it's calling me to hear. I've listened to some for months, for weeks, for years, and then I stopped and I went to someone else, and I'm absorbing all of this energy. My life started off in the church. I was baptized. I talked about this as well. I was baptized. I was blessed. All kind of different little things, and I became a mom twice within a nice span, a 15-year span, 14-year span with two people. But anyway, 31 days ago, I started watching Pastor Mike McClure Jr., Pastor PMJ, whatever you want to call him, PMJ. I be screaming Michael with him and stuff like that. But he started on New Year's Eve with his segment, and I've been locked in ever since. Then he did a become fast for 21 days where you're really coming into the version, and like all of that reflecting, all of the things that I've been doing on my own time, it just brought the full picture together. So tonight, I really want to share all of that. That was the brief intro. Plus, I will be sharing some things that I learned from Macca. Yes, I'm doing some shout outs tonight because a lot of these key things have been a part of my journey. So it will be. But that's it. Like, okay. So during the become fast, he started a spiritual thing about letting go. So we're gonna go through all of that, my notes, everything. So if I'm all over the place, I'm gonna try not to be, but I'm bear with me because it's been a long time and I have had so much going on, and I know that it's been a long time since I had a video. I have been going live. But anyway, what the fast really was. It wasn't just a fast from food, it was a fast from control. I stopped trying to control my reactions to stuff that was the same stuff happening all over again and again and again. Staying trapped on the wheel, where I was understanding more about the wheel, me being on this wheel of repeated cycles over and over again, and just growing exhausted from doing it. Like, that's a part of Kundalini. That's like really a part of it. I stopped scrolling before I went to bed. I stopped complaining about stuff and start appreciating. Start waking up every day, listening to the word, going to bed every night, listening to the word, making sure it's a habit that I'm talking to my son every night before we go to bed, talking to my kids together before we go to bed. Stop responding how I normally would to certain things. Stop defending myself in conversations. If you want to be wrong about me, fine, be wrong about me. Like, that was a big thing. Like, how I viewed or how I look for validation. It's like, I really don't care, like, why should I care? God is, I repented for my sins, and yet people want to have me stuck in the same versions where they met me. I hear so many conversations about, oh, what you used to do, or or oh man, I was just joking when I chin checked the situation type thing, or oh, you changed. I'm supposed to, ain't you? I am not the same 25-year-old girl half the people met. I'm not the same 30. But again, God had to remove some of them people to get out the way so I can become who God meant me to be. Not what nobody wanted me to be. Nobody else wanted me to be. And that was my thing. I was still trying to fight who I was supposed to be becoming to be who everybody else needed me to be. And before I open my mouth, I breathe like God first. Like, I pray before I react now, like, because I need God to walk with me. The first week, I cried my butt off. Like, I cried so much. It was releasing. It was good. I'm still emotional and hormonal. I did have a baby 6 months ago. But when you remove the distractions, you are met with the little girl inside of you, and you that still wants to be loved, still wants to be chosen, still wants to be understood, still wants to be validated. And that, like, it gave me a lot of reflection. I ended up making a mission statement because I have a vision and I have a plan, and I made vision boards. But what is my mission statement? Isolation. Like, isolation came with this. I needed to isolate myself away from certain things so that I could use my discernment better. It was needed. It was meant to happen. today's tears needed to come out. They needed to carry their own. I need to carry my own emotions for a moment, and not anybody else's. And submit to God was the best thing that could ever happen to me. Um, um, let's see. The becoming. Pastor Mike hit it on the head one of them nights. I think it was Let Them Part night part 2, day 2. It was becoming is not about controlling the outcome. It's about controlling the reactions. That was heavy for me because it was like, man, I have been my whole entire life like trying to control the reaction. Like if I see it in a dream, I'm trying to control the reaction, or I see it in a dream, I'm trying to control the outcome by making it be not what I saw. There was a time in my entire life where a couple of years ago where I had a dream. God showed me like exactly what was coming, and I went and I spoke on it to the lady that I was very close to at the time, and I spoke on it, and I spoke on 2 dreams that I had. And when I did, we sat down and we talked about it, and it was like, okay, like, you know, and I tried to control it. I tried to control it for it not to happen, and then it did. And then I thought that, this was a warning. It was a warning. It was a warning that what was to come, and I had no control of it. It was what God's plan was. Sometimes you have to destroy to elevate. You have to do, and that's where the identity death came in. God confronted my identity in so many different ways over the last couple of years, and I thought that I was healed in certain situations or healed from certain situations. I just wasn't being triggered. And when I became triggered, I started to finally see. I could see the bigger picture finally. I was still trying to control outcomes, control how I was viewed, how my fast changed my life, control relationships, control time, and control how God rebuilt me or how fast God was rebuilding me. I wanted the promise without surrender. And that's when Let Them really start hitting me like more and more and more and more and more. He said, in the season of becoming, when purpose and pace are misaligned, weariness of the soul. And when I tell you it hit me hard, like, man, I was worrying, I was weary about everything. You know, suffer due to the soul is not surrendering to God. Man, suffering. I wanted to suffer. I wanted to allow myself that maybe I'm supposed to suffer. Then the become nights, and when the become nights came on, oh, it was crazy because it was like, oh my God, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to have suffered through that. God didn't want me to suffer through that. I repented for my sins. I'm so big. I made myself suffer for so many people forgiveness, even those who are never going to give me an apology. Or sometimes forgiveness ain't just what it is. Sometimes unforgiveness is a part of the thing too. So I'm wiping my nose, keep doing that to my nose because it's irritating. And this weather is retarded, and that's why my voice is even a little raspier than normal. But let them misunderstand you. Let them think you've changed. Let them project. Let them stay comfortable in the old version of you. Because when you rise, sometimes you lose people lose access. That hit hard. Like, and it's true though. I had to accept that. I had to stop over explaining. I had to stop overly emotionally over functioning. Stop over giving love just to feel secure. Stop thinking that this is how I'm going to find love. Like, no, I don't need man's love. I need God's love first and foremost. And God need me to love on me and love that little girl in every version and every person, because everyone built me to be the version that God knew that I was going to eventually get on my path to becoming. Stop over explaining. Stop over emotionally over functioning. Stop. My love is on Do Not Disturb now. Access privilege, not an entitlement, because I have to protect my energy. I have a 6-month-old. I have to protect my energy. My energy has to be protected to protect my child. Then the same thing, even my oldest son, just because he's 14 doesn't mean that I still have to, not, my energy is. I learned that when my energy is thrown off by other people emotionally, it threw him off. It threw us off. It threw off our bond that was built between the two of us. Going into breaking the patterns. I come from strong people. I come from strong individuals. Like, they prone to holding at the same thing for a long, long time. In my bloodline, survival was normal. Overworking was normal. Loving the wrong person was normal. Proving your worth was normal. Being misunderstood was normal. Carrying everything alone was normal. But peace, boundaries, emotional regulation, letting people walk away without chasing, that wasn't modeled. But I became the interpreter. Like, I interrupted that crap because I'm done with that. I started waking up to disrespect, the disrespect and calling it love. Like, no, that's not it. Like, um, not without hashtags, not with a ritual, not with regulated, it was real talk, like regulated responses, more fixing my nervous system, isolating myself for a while. Like, this is why you guys haven't had a video from me for a while. It's because I had to go inside to come back outside to make this all make sense. And let God flow. And God led me to these 21 days. Let's see. Um, the ego, my ego needed to be chosen. I had an ego. I wanted to be chosen so bad. My pride needed to be right. My trauma needed to be in control. God stripped me from all of that. He showed me that I am not my productivity. I'm not a dollar amount. I'm not many of the people that I felt like I needed to prove from it at that time. Not how I will explain myself. My worth is not measured by how much I've endured. My obedience cost me my old identity. The woman who loved from lack, the woman who overgave, the woman who reacted first and prayed later. She had to die. She really, really had to die. It hit me hard today. It's over functioning. Today was over functioning is when we trade our peace for unnecessary pressure. That hit me like a ton of bricks because I chose my peace. Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, I can go back, and y'all know me and very well on my videos. I will be very transparent. I'm very transparent about it. I can go back and say it's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas when I knew better. And I did over function in the situation and disrupted my own peace. Over explaining, trying to fix to be misunderstood, being misunderstood, exhaustion from doing too much for a year, unhinged reactions shaped a lot, put my life in change. Over functioning is doing more than God asks in order to avoid feeling what God is trying to heal. That was true. I really did. I over functioned. I thought, okay, well, I'm fixed. No, I wasn't. Till the day I woke up and really had to question myself about what am I doing? Where am I going? It was crazy. It was the day I woke up and I was like, what's going to happen? I'm about to have a baby soon. And my baby is coming. And where am I at in this space? Where am I over functioning? Where am I overplaying my part over and over again? Where am I? This control is the currency of fear. My Pastor Mike was hitting on some heads today, y'all. I'm telling y'all, over functioning is often rooted in an unhealed identity. Man, that hit like a ton of bricks because that was a part of the ego and the pride death. Like, I always had pride in myself about certain things. Now I don't give a care what nobody think about me. I know how my journey and my path is for me, and that's it. And then I go into when the ego actually died and peace is born. I don't react the same. I don't chase. I'm not arguing. I don't panic. I sit now, and when I sit, I feel God. Like I really do. Like I'm so peaceful inside of stuff. Like I breathe before I respond. Um, I'm not in survival mode anymore. I have surrendered, and surrender is freedom. And I have a different freedom, and I'm actually very happy for my freedom. And Pastor Mike hit it on the head again today and said, reaching for control withdrew intimacy from God. I remember I was reaching for control to not let this version of me die. Like, I was fighting to be understood so much. Like, no, you're going to understand me because this is what I know. No, baby, no. That's why his sermons was let them, okay? They hit on the head. It was finally that last piece that needed to push me on that edge to say, okay, like God said, enough is enough. Everything, to become fat, everything, all of these days has just been because I'm quick to say no now to people, places, things that just don't feel right, don't align with me. I don't really I have to protect myself and my energy. And I know that validation who I'm looking for is from God, not from man at all. Like no people. Bloodline shift. My children will not inherit my survival patterns. They will inherit emotional safety, boundaries, a regulated mother, a woman who loves from overflow. Yeah. A woman who doesn't beg to be understood. That's how the phoenix rises. Not from revenge, not from ego, but from obedience. I unconditionally have fell back in love with myself. I have unconditionally fell in love with everything in life all over again because I'm a unique person and I know that I bring light to people's lives and I know that but I need to bring that light to me. Like it's time. It's been time. It's been time for years. The going out the ways that I've done, the overly extending my friendship to my overextending my love, overextending my everything. Like no. If it don't feel right, I can say no. I don't have to feel bad about it. Like you invite me, no, it's no. Like I don't want to. I don't feel right about it. No. Um, People who have really wanted they want the old me. They want the old versions of me. Like um Pastor might hit it again. The more deeper you become, the less company you keep. Man, like what? The more clear. I'm talking about the more deeper. The more clear you become, the less company you keep. That's true. The more clarity I keep getting, I really don't talk to too many people. Um, people lost a version of me. I lost the versions of me that just know. I know what my assignment is now. I'm clear about what to do. Um, I'm clear about what my practice is, and I have the courage to keep doing it. He hit it on the head today when he said, "Let them lose." Sometimes the greatest discipline God uses is distance. Not everybody is supposed to being with me who I'm becoming. Let them learn. I had to really stop trying to be understood by people who were committed to just keep misunderstanding me. Like, no lie, truth does not need intimate understanding. Man, listen, he was preaching today, honey. Let them leave, and God did reposition a lot of people. Like I had to let a lot of people remove themselves. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Y'all didn't want to be my friend. Y'all didn't want to be in a relationship. We had to be situationships. We didn't want to be married. We didn't speak on it. Some did, some didn't. Working, all kind of stuff. Like I let all that. Like I've been carrying so much stuff for so long. Like it was been time. Like God put me in isolation with a death and a rebirth at the same time, and literally a birth. I gave birth 6 months ago tomorrow. So that's a big thing. And my body is to me. Like it's went through something. It went through everything. God did not destroy me. He redefined me. He put me through an ego death so that I can become the woman he intended to before the trauma even touched me. If you're rebuilding, stop trying to control the outcome. Let them and let God build the version of you that doesn't need an applause. I don't need an applause for how I'm being rebuilt. I'm okay. I'm okay. I promise that I'm okay. I'm great. I'm actually elated as ever. Um, um, Survival attachment looks like trauma bonding through chaos, confusion, anxiety with passion, feeling responsible for someone else's healing, overextending to prove loyalty, ignoring red flags because of potential, calling dysfunction purpose. We are going to dive so deep into all of that. I will be going live really, really soon, and we will go in and talk about this in more depth. But I just wanted to get my energy back on point, give y'all a little background to what's been going on, get myself back in motion, and I will be going live every Thursday starting in February. So definitely be on the lookout for those. Like, share, subscribe. This is gonna be serious. I'm going to be like so seriously more giving more transparency into my healing journey, because I am really on the path of whatever God is doing, and I'm loving it, and I'm here for it all. I'm in love with this version. Like, I'm so in love. Do y'all see me flowing through the deep blue ocean? Like, let's look on videos be pastime. Look at my skin beforehand. Like, I'm really on this journey, and I'm so happy and so elated and grateful that y'all have been on this journey with me. Those who have been rocking with me, those who are now going to be rocking with me, I appreciate it. I love y'all, and we will be in touch real soon. Until next time, gotta go be a mommy now.